Alright guys, so in this session we will be talking about India-UAE Nuclear Energy Pact, a strategic partnership, very important for your international relation topic. So why it is significant and why we need to discuss this, because UAE have chosen India over China for this, okay? So that's the reason why I want to discuss more on this. So let's get into the topic. So we will talk about the Prince visit to India and other strategic relationship and everything. So the Nuclear Energy Pact, India and UAE have signed a Nuclear Energy Cooperation Pact. We'll be getting into the details of that. And the strategic partnership, why it is very important and very significant is because they have chosen over China for this partnership. So that context is very important. And this agreement marks a critical step in enhancing bilateral relation between two countries. So the way I'm actually discussing these topics are, arranged in such a way that you will be in a position to write a mains answer. So we will be getting into the other aspect of India-UAE relation also. Okay. So we will also discuss about this Barakah Nuclear Power Plant. So this is actually the first nuclear power plant of Arab world, and it is located in UAE. And this is of course essential for country's energy strategy, because they have made a commitment to the world that by 2050 they will become net carbon free. They want to contribute towards the climate change development and other things. So carbon emission need to be controlled, global warming need to be tackled, and they also have made commitment by 2050. So to reduce the potential environmental risk and everything. Okay. So UAE nuclear energy goals aim to become a net zero carbon nation by 2050. As I told you, this is a commitment that they have made to the world, that they will, though they have the crude oil and everything, they have to reduce it, and they will be trying the alternative and shifting to the other sources. So despite being oil rich, UAE is focusing on clean energy, including nuclear power. So global effort to reduce carbon emission to fight the climate change. Okay. So a symbol of change, the Barakah plant symbolizes the Arab world's move towards clean energy. Very significant because they have huge resources of crude oil, but still that's a commitment that they are, taking towards the reduction of carbon emission and contribute towards, positively towards global warming. So regional influence, the UAE leadership in this area could influence other Gulf nations to adopt the nuclear strategy, which is again very important. So the shifting landscape, again, you can mention. So environmental and safety risk. So the main thing is Qatar have raised concern over the Barakah plant, citing environmental and safety risk. Okay, the plant's proximity to Qatar has led to fears of potential nuclear accidents affecting its territory. It's in that coastal area, so it's close to Qatar. So Qatar have some concern over that. And when it comes to the role of India, in the pact, when we discuss operation and maintenance, India was chosen to assess the operation and maintenance of Barakah plant. See, they can meet almost 25% of their electricity needs requirement from this, but they need uranium, right? And to get it from Russia now, because of sanctions and other things, it is not possible. But India can get from Russia, and then from India, or India can supply to UAE. So technical expertise, again, India's technical expertise in nuclear energy makes a key partner for the UAE. And then nuclear cooperation. This partnership boosts India's global standing in nuclear cooperation and strengthen its strategic influence in the region. Strategic importance of the pact, safety and reliability. So that is very important point again. So India's involvement reflects the strategic importance of UAE decision to partner with nation that can ensure safety and reliability of nuclear operation. Uranium supply, this is a point that I have discussed already. With Russia facing international sanctions, what India can do, or what India can contribute is, India can get it from Russia, and then we can give it to UAE. So that way also we are playing a very important role. And then bilateral trade. The partnership will enhance bilateral trade and cooperation in the energy sector. Not only when it comes to bilateral trade, there are many areas of cooperation we need to understand and we need to discuss. If the question is asked, even on this particular topic, you will be starting with this, and then you will be explaining the points, and you can also mention that this is towards India's growing, relationship with UAE, okay, and especially with the Arab countries. You can start writing about other important areas as well. For example, Again, when it comes to memorandum of understanding, this we need to write in detail. So collaboration agreement, a memorandum MOU have signed between UAE's Emirates Nuclear Energy Corporation and NPCIL. So the MOU outlines India's role on the operation and maintenance of the Barakah Nuclear Power Plant. Just before I have mentioned about this, so what this MOU is all about, it is between Emirates Nuclear Energy Corporation and NPCIL, and mainly maintenance and support, operational support. So long-term success, this collaboration will help ensure the plant's long-term success and operational efficiency. Now when it comes to India's growing influence in the Arab world, rising influence, UAE's decision to partner with India over China, that itself shows, and that is giving it, that shows, you know, India's growing influence. At the same time, it is giving opportunity to India as well. Okay, so that shows, highlights India's rising influence in the Middle East. And then global competitiveness, India's involvement in such a critical project showcases its ability to compete on the global stage in nuclear energy and clean energy initiatives. So it shows that, you know, competitiveness of India. The other key agreements between India and UAE, if you look at LNG supply and then expansion of energy cooperation. So apart from nuclear cooperation, India and UAE have signed LNG supply agreement between Abu Dhabi National Oil Company and IOC, okay, Indian Oil Corporation. And expansion of energy cooperation. Guys, these points I'm giving in point form because in mains you will not be in a position, they will not ask about this one. They will not ask about this one. They'll ask about India's growing influence in Arab region, or the strategic partnership, or India's relation with UAE. So in that, you are not only mentioning this, you need to write everything what we have discussed. So it is always better to know one line at least about each of these. So that's the objective of this session, and that's what exactly we are doing. If I need to talk about this area, or if I need to talk about Barakah Nuclear Plant, that itself will go long. That is not required, right? Hardly you need to write 150 words. So you need to have an idea what I'm going to write in that 7 minutes, in that 150 words. Okay, so in 150 words, if I need to talk about LNG supply agreement, we just need to mention this only, right? And when it comes to the MOU that we have discussed, what exactly it is, the maintenance and the support, okay, operational support, that's what we need to mention. And the supply of uranium, right? So this is what we need. And again, this marks an expansion of energy cooperation between the two nations and highlights their deepening economic ties. What I'll do is, I'll give you the link of this PPT in the description. Not only this, whatever sessions I take now and will be in future, you just go through that link. That one link is enough. You will get everything in the future also. Okay. Yeah, IIT Delhi's foreign campus in Abu Dhabi. Again, that shows a growing, Abu Dhabi is very well developed, right? So that shows again growing India's involvement, cooperation, and that relationship also. So that's another milestone, India-UAE relation. IIT Delhi opened its foreign campus in Abu Dhabi. The cooperation in the, not only in the economic domain, right? Not only in the energy area, educational aspect also. See, I am talking not only about trade. You need to talk, when the question is asked on relation, when it comes to international relation, you talk about trade, you talk about energy cooperation, you talk about economic cooperation, you talk about strategic cooperation, right? All these need to be covered. So in that now, we have a very good example when it comes to Arab area in Abu Dhabi, okay? So this setup underscores the growing educational and technological collaboration between two countries. Again, we are talking about the partnership, we are talking about the collaboration, we are talking about India's influence, we are talking about India's growing role in Middle East. The campus signals India's soft power in exporting higher education to the Middle East. So exporting of education also, okay? Again, strengthening bilateral relations, very common point. So enhanced cooperation. India-UAE relation is at an all-time high with cooperation across multiple sectors: energy, education, technology, education we have mentioned, right? Energy, trade, everything. So again, strategic ties. The two nations have also signed a free trade agreement, further cementing or enhancing their strategic ties. Okay, so free trade agreement is there. Now, discussions are ongoing about the role of the role that UAE will play in the international north-south transport corridor connecting India to Europe. Now, international impact of the India-UAE Nuclear Pact. So what's the global impact? This partnership positions India at a much better level because they have chosen over China. That itself is a very significant achievement actually. So India become a major player in the global nuclear energy market. Now, sustainable future that UAE shift towards nuclear energy underscores its commitment to sustainable future, and it could influence other Gulf nations also. This point already I have discussed that they have committed to the world that they become a net zero carbon emission nation by 2050. All they have a huge amount of fossil fuel, but still they want to shift to clean energy that can motivate, and it will influence the other Arab countries as well. So when it comes to clean energy collaboration, again, this collaboration strengthens most or both countries' role in shaping future of clean energy in the developing world. That's almost the same point. Now, the conclusion, the strengthened relations, India-UAE Nuclear Energy Pact mark a critical turning point in both countries' bilateral relation. See, when it comes to cooperation in this nuclear energy pact, this is over and above the trade, over and above education or economic relation, right? So that made it very strong. And clean energy goals, same point that we discussed already, will help the UAE to achieve its clean energy goal. And strategic collaboration, the growing cooperation between the two nations reflect a broader trend of strategic and economic collaboration that will shape the future of energy security and sustainability. So guys, I hope you got very good idea about this particular topic. So we have done it extensively. So the question will be UAE relation, or they can ask you specifically on this. Even if a specific question is asked on this, initially you talk about that, enough content is there, around 100 words you mention about that, and then come to the general points that we discussed towards the end. So the topic, although it was related to nuclear pact, but I have incorporated other elements and other dimension also to make you understand if the question is asked in mains, you also need to cover the other areas so that it will be complete answer in itself. So economic relation need to be there. That means that trade and other things need to be there, right? Now that educational export of education can be mentioned, okay? Energy relation. That's it guys, thank you so much. So I'll give you the link in the description so that you can get the PPTs. See you guys.